Just, oh,
I'm
go
sorry,
ahead.
April. I'm one of those people who did it partially,
Okay.
because and I had sent you I guess you an email that my computer keeps freezing when I try to edit some of the things that were in there.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
you know what?
So,
I'll talk to you. I'll talk to you about it after. Okay?
absolutely. I mean, so like I said, the
I
position is clunky, but I
yeah
have
yeah
walked through with many educators to complete and submit their application. So what I suggest that you do is clear your browser cache and reload your site and try it again. It's an
yeah. We
unfortunate.
tried. I tried. Yeah, I did try yesterday. I cleared my sent. I mean, you know what? I can discuss it with
Okay,
you after this
thanks. Yeah,
session.
and
All right? I
we'll
don't
have
want to
time
take
for
the
Q&A
time.
at the end. Great.
Okay.
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 Okay, so what I'm going to do now is log in as a candidate so that you can see actually what a candidate will see once they have submitted their application. So the first thing they'll be asked to do here is to update your preferences. That is here on the left-hand side. The most important piece here is this opt-in or opt-out from the searchable database. So if you choose to opt in as a teacher, all principals in the district can see your application. If they run a search for, high school math teachers and you are a high school math teacher, they will see you. If you say no, only those principals who you've expressed interest in a position will be able to view your profile. And I'll show you what that looks like in a second. So once again, the home screen here, it includes your application. This is a sort of a funky one. It's not an actual internal teacher application. So what theirs would say would be educator, and they'd be able to go and take a look at it. It includes all of the emails that they've received through the system. It includes any event invitations that they've received through the system. So what a candidate is able to do once they've submitted their profile is they're able to search for positions. So I'm going to go ahead and search for teacher positions. Just to back up for a moment, so the vacancies that are in the system are being pulled directly from school budget rosters in PeopleSoft, which is the district system of record. So as candidates resign or retire and those transactions are entered by the central HR team here at Newark Public Schools, those vacancies do turn up in the system within 24 hours. We have a nightly feed from PeopleSoft going into the system, and that's where the vacancies are coming from. So let's say I wanted to apply to be a dance teacher at Derringer High. I would express interest in the position by clicking on the button. It would require that I add my resume. It's optional to add a cover letter, but it is required, once again here, to upload your resume. So twice as a teacher, you're going to need your resume. Once to fill out your profile in the first place, and the second time to express interest in vacancies. So I'm going to...
Cheryl, it's afterwards.
So I went ahead and uploaded a resume here, and I'm able to click the express interest in position. It then shows me all of the positions that I've expressed interest in, including today I expressed interest in the teacher dance high school position. When a principal logs in, he or she will have different choices here on the left, including candidates who have expressed interest. They'll be able to click on that button and see me and choose whether or not to contact me, schedule a school-based interview, and then eventually extend an offer through the system. Keep in mind that all transfers must occur through TalentNet. So any verbal agreement, any paper-based agreement is no longer valid, and they actually need to go into TalentMatch and complete the transaction. Again, a principal won't be able to hire a teacher who hasn't filled out a profile, and a teacher won't be able to take a position that hasn't been loaded in TalentNet. This is a big change from last year when principals were able to enter their own vacancies, and there was a lot of confusion when budgets were approved by the state and maybe a vacancy actually wasn't approved. and teachers who thought they had a job actually didn't. So the big benefit of this year is that all of the vacancies that are in the system are confirmed. They're coming directly from the district system of record, and all of the teachers who apply for the vacancies are entering all of their information, and so we're able to very closely track and process that information in PeopleSoft so that our records are nice and clean. Great. So at this point, I wanted to show you an overview that we have created for educators that I will send out via email to all of you following this meeting. It is a one-pager. It includes some basic information about who's encouraged to join, vacancies are searchable, basically what the overview of Talent Match, and then the link is here, and it includes some contact information for technical support. Also wanted to quickly show you this. I'm going to have question and answer time in just a sec. Just wanted to show you what the system does as these actions are taken. So if a principal offers a position to Talent Match, the candidate gets an email. It has a link, a specialized link, so it's like sort of a one-of-a-kind link. The candidate will then click on the link. They'll indicate yes or no, I decline or I accept the offer. This is what that part looks like. Accept or decline, they provide their electronic signature and the date. If they accept, the principal gets an email that says, congratulations, this is pending final superintendent approval and central MPS employee and certification verification process. The candidate will also get an email. If they decline, both the principal and candidate get emails that indicate that the position was declined. This vacancy will remain active in Talent Match, or for the candidate's sake, your profile will remain active in Talent Match, continue searching. Once, then the verification process happens centrally outside of Talent Match. Here at Two-Seater, the employee services team does this work. They check for certification and some other factors. If they verify the position, they will inform not just the candidate and the principal who is getting that candidate, but also the principal who is losing that candidate. So the email will say, your current employee has accepted an offer at another school. This position will be updated as a vacancy in your PeopleSoft budget roster and will appear as a new vacancy in Talent Match. So again, that's about a 24-hour process for it to appear in Talent Match. The receiving principal will get an email that says, this is, your candidate's accepted, they've been verified, and the vacancy will be closed and will no longer appear in Talent Match. Same for the candidate. If the candidate is not verified, only the candidate and the receiving principal, as we're calling them, gets the email. So the sending principal is never informed that this candidate sought a position outside of their school and wasn't approved for it. So that is the overview of the communications that happen. And I'm more than happy to open it up now to your individual questions.
I do. I had a question with principals losing an employee.
Yes.
My understanding was that principals were supposed to be notified already by various teachers whether or not they were staying in the school.
Right.
When they did the budget. Yeah.
Yeah. So that's sort of a separate issue. So candidates who were retiring or resigning from the district altogether were asked to submit by May 15th those decisions, and those, or I think even earlier. I'm sorry, I'm not that clear on those dates, but
okay.
Those were reflected in the budgets, and those positions are now vacancies in the system. This is the transfer process that extends to June 7th.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay.
So this is literally what we're calling a two-choice period. So any candidate any educator within Newark Public Schools who currently has a job here can seek any position with. Exactly.
Okay.
So maybe there are a few different reasons, right? So this is a good place to talk about the opt-in and opt-out. Maybe I'm a teacher who has like open hostility with my principal. It's a really bad culture fit for me at this school. That principal is going to know that I'm looking for another position, and I'm going to make myself visible. I'm going to opt in because I'm really hoping to get another position in the district. So that person would opt in, they'd be available in the general search, and every principal in the district would be able to find them. If
Okay.
maybe I'm really happy with my school, but it's a 45-minute drive against traffic. There's another school around the corner from me. It's also an elementary school, and I'm certified and I can work there. I'm going to see, I've never been to that school. I'm going to see maybe, I'm going to apply to a position at that school and go meet the principal and see what I think. I'm going to opt out of the general search because I'm really happy with my job. I'm just sort of exploring my options like anybody else who's looking for a new job. So I'm going to opt out, but that principal who I expressed interest in the school on the corner from my home will be able to see my profile.
Okay. Would they still need a letter of recommendation? Well, not necessarily then, just from that principal.
No, they don't need a letter of recommendation from their current principal at all. They do need to provide a reference when they're initially setting up their profile, but it doesn't have to be from the current school.
Okay. Okay.
Okay. Have the
Thank you.
principals been trained or shown this software?
Yes, the principals have been trained. We are communicating with the principals on a weekly basis and a daily basis. And I'm sorry, I'm seeing some questions coming in through chat as well. We are communicating with principals very frequently, so they're aware of how to use the system. And like I said, about 65 positions have been extended and accepted in the system, and many more have been accepted and declined. Extended and declined. So we know the system is working.
Okay.
I got a question from Julian about paraprofessionals. No, paraprofessionals are not included in the system. I can show you what position types are included. So they're the sort of other school-based educator positions. So those are academic interventionists, behavioral specialists. There's CIOs. There are librarians, social workers, teachers, technology coordinators, and DC positions. So all the positions listed here are available in the system, but no paraprofessionals.
Is it anything under the tech coordinators?
Yep. Let's see. Yep. So there are 4 schools right now that have open positions for technology coordinators.
Thank you.
Sure. I have a question that I'm just going to read out loud here. How do staff apply for an administrative position if they have not yet received their license number needed to complete the application? So only those candidates who have the proper certification can apply for principal positions. I know that there is, and this is a great question, and I think the best bet here is for you to email info@teachnewark.com so that our principal recruiter can answer it. But I know that for teachers, I know that you're able to provide information, and then as long as the certificate comes in by August 31st, I believe is the date, you're eligible to be hired. I'm not totally sure if that's the same case for principals. So again, that information could be, you can email info@teachnewark.com, and you should be able to get that definitively answered, because I didn't answer the wrong thing. Permanent paraprofessionals, how are they hired? I have absolutely no idea, unfortunately. I know that under the jobs website that I showed you before, let's do a quick search for Sarah. So these are not included in Talent Match, but they may be. Let's see, following placements will be determined by central office. Yeah, I am honestly unsure. What will happen to staff members who do not fill out Talent Match? Nothing. If you're happy in your job and your school is not closing, you are fine. You don't have to do anything. The only teachers who need to register in Talent Match is if they're looking for a position.
Okay.
Does anyone else have any other questions? We have about 7 minutes left, so I'm happy to stay on the line and talk to everybody individually.
Could I see if there are any, what the vacancies are for media specialists, if there are any?
This is cheating, technically.
I'm sorry.
No, technically we tell teachers when we go to schools and we work with, I've gone to a couple of schools to work with teachers and show them how the system works, and they said, well, I don't want to sign up, but can I just see what's out there? And generally,
No.
uh,
I'm not applying for it. I just want to see what's there.
Sorry, question answered. For example, Behringer is closing, but we'll have staff there who do not fill out talent match. So Behringer staff should absolutely fill out talent match profiles, and the superintendent and assistant superintendent have been to Behringer and have talked to the staff there. We're holding special interview days at Behringer and Westside, for Behringer and Westside, and those special interview
And
days
Westside as well.
Yep. And those have gone out, invitations to those have gone out through emails to all teachers. So we've had about 40 teachers already registered to interview for those. School library media specialist, someone asked about. There are no positions here as yet, although I do know that there are some positions in the district opening up, so you should see them very soon.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I
see
know
what the
that
principals can see. I
the
can
West,
certainly-
yeah, West Side, yeah, because she spoke to me yesterday, and I guess the new Behringer principal as well. All right.
Yep. I'm working closely with those principals as well.
Okay. Good.
So I'm going to log in as
All right. Thank you, though. I appreciate it.
Sure. And I'm logging in as a principal. Oh, you know what? This no longer. Oh, no, it does. Okay. So I just logged in as a principal. When I do so, I'm able to see my budget vacancies and see who, if anyone, has been assigned to those vacancies. So this, I can show you.
Yeah. Can a principal reject somebody that's been assigned to their school?
I don't know what you mean.
Okay. A principal has to approve anyone that's in the system before they would be assigned to the school, correct?
Exactly.
They're just not automatically assigned.
No, not at this point. Where the whole point of the open sort of true choice period is to avoid assigning teachers to school. So we're working to fill as many vacancies as possible before August. Yeah. I mean, if there are still positions with classrooms without teachers in front of them in August, teachers will have to be assigned to those positions so that students don't show up on the first day of school and not have a teacher. But that is the whole point of all of the work that we're doing in the talent office, is to avoid that. We want principals to find the best teachers for their classrooms. We want teachers to feel the same way about the schools that they're going to.
Right. Okay, good.
Yep. So someone asked to see the principal view. We have about 3 minutes, so I'm just going to quickly show you what they see. When a principal logs in, they can view and edit their budget vacancies. These are the vacancies that are on display to candidates. They're able to search for candidates directly here, searching for their name or some other factors. They are able to see which candidates have expressed interest in roles in their school. Taking a minute to load.
Is there any way, as a teacher, you can search vacancies at a school you want rather than just open positions?
No. Nope, just open positions. Oh, what happened? Okay, so expressed interest, and you can see all of these teachers have expressed interest in Behringer positions. And what the principal would then do is change the status. So they would click on the change status button. I'm not sure. I think this is a bad example because this Behringer account will be changed to a Behringer A and Behringer B, right? As the school is split into two new schools, or two renew schools rather. But what they would do is click this change status button to make an offer, and that would trigger that email that I showed you earlier. It would go to the candidate and say, hi, congratulations, you've been offered this position. Click on this link to accept or decline. Okay?
Okay.
Great. So again, I'm gonna email out these the Talent Match Educator overview and the link to the system. If you have any questions, feel free to reply. I'll be emailing you from talentmatch@MTS. let me know if you have any questions that come up after the fact. You can share this information with teachers. And again, I really appreciate your time today. So I know you're very busy.
Okay, thank you very much.
Okay, thanks so much.
To be in? Does it have to be PDF, RTF, doc? Does it matter?
Word or PDF?
Word or PDF? Okay.
Okay.
And as for this question about whether principals will be interviewing technology coordinators at Westside, I'm not sure, but you can certainly reach out to the principal, or you can reach out to Talent Match and I can get you that answer. And let me just share the link. You can also go to those interview days at Westside, and then they're for Westside and Behringer. I will pull that link and put it in the chat box here. And I'll also include it in the email I can send around. So, there you go. You can go to...
Okay, and these are different than the job fairs that are open right now.
Yeah, the job fair is tonight. It's a networking fair. Use that second link that I just sent. And those, we're hoping to have a whole bunch of schools, and then this, you have to register in advance, and this is specifically for Westside and Behringer opening. Okay? Thanks so much, everybody. Please spread the word. Really appreciate your time, and thank you for your help. This is going to, help the talent office a lot. We've been getting a lot of individual requests from teachers, and it'll be great to have technology coordinators on our side at the schools helping out. So thanks so much.
When's the deadline one last time?
June 7th.
Okay. And then it's going to be closed?
And then it may be extended, and you didn't hear that from me. No. An announcement will be made early next week. We understand that the system has had some shortcomings, and people are feeling some anxiety about finding positions, so we may extend another week, and that should be announced on Monday or Tuesday. So you can anticipate hearing more about that.
Okay.
All
Thank
right.
you.
Thanks so much.
All right.
Bye-bye.
Bye.